This would be great. This would be great.
This is gonna be amazing. All right. All right. Don't interrupt me during my intro. Okay.
Well,
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Taylor's Cold Takes. We got a special one today, as I'm joined here by my close friend and quarterback for Western Carolina University, Mr. Cole Gonzales. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me today. Finally get to be on
course.
the show. I've only been asking for about like
A year.
a whole year now.
Yeah, we finally got you out here. Okay. And so this is what we're gonna do. All right. We're gonna interview you. We're gonna talk about how your experience has been so far at WCU. And then at the end, it can't be a Taylor's Cold Takes episode without a couple takes, you know. And so I'm gonna make
Facts. Amen.
I need you to give me a couple takes. But first, how have you been in college so far? How's it been?
I'm doing pretty well, man. It's a whole different. I mean, I've moved around my entire life since my dad's job being a college football coach, but finally being on my own, it's something else. I mean, making the most of it. College is going pretty well right now. School's pretty solid. Football keeps me going day in day out. It keeps me busy. So if I didn't have that, I think it'd be pretty boring right now. But yeah, being up in North Carolina is something different because it's already 30 degrees in September. So yeah, it's going pretty good. Besides that,
Oh, yeah, definitely not Florida weather right now. Currently in the middle of a hurricane here. So there's pros and cons to moving out of Florida.
exactly.
But you are a freshman. You are a complete true freshman. This is your first time ever dealing with this stuff in college. So I want you to tell me, what was the biggest challenge, the hardest thing to adapt to when you got here at WCU?
The biggest thing to adapt to probably it's tough. There's a lot. I think it's just probably learning to live on your own without having those people, your parents, to do everything for you. I think doing laundry for me every week is a big factor in my life. It's a struggle. I still call my mom every day to see if I do the whites and darks right. Eating is a huge part here. I mean, they have some restaurants on campus, but dude, I don't have those home cooked meals anymore and something else. But besides that, I mean, just living on yourself, you gotta adapt to your surroundings. You gotta meet new people. You gotta be outgoing, find your group, find your people. Once you find your people, man, I mean, you're pretty good. I've locked in with a couple of friends here that push me day in and day out to keep me going. So that's how I wake up and they get me going throughout my day.
You kind of just led into my next question. I was going to ask how hard / easy was it to get to know your new teammates?
Oh yeah, it was definitely pretty easy. I mean, our team's a great group of guys, very outgoing guys. There's half of our team is actually from Florida, which is kind of nice. So we all know each other kind of, and we've all grown so much closer to each other than since I've got here at the beginning of the summer. But I have a solid group of friends. My roommate Samuel and a couple other kids that I hang out with throughout the week and the weekends. So it's going pretty good.
Awesome. And now you guys it's week 5 now. Are you guys going into week 5?
Yes, we're going to week 5.
And again, you are a freshman and you have already gotten consistent play at quarterback. And being a close friend, I know how hard of a worker you are. And I kind of want to you explain to people basically what you did as a freshman to already get to where you are, where you already had your first start and you're getting consistent quarterback play. I want you to just talk about what you did to prepare yourself for that.
It was definitely a hard process. I mean, grinding day in and day out, like especially I think it helped getting up here early in the summer, having the opportunity to come up here and learn the playbook inside and out, it was very difficult for me because it's a whole new system. Because we love to throw the ball here, and it's just whole new terminology from what I'm coming from to the next level, and having to adapt to a college level from high school to the next level is something else. The speed of the game is so much faster. I've got to get the ball faster out of my hands. So it's very important to understand how to know your receivers and their speeds and the way they break out of routes and stuff. So throwing day in and day out up here in the summer helped me a lot going into camp. And then getting into camp was something else, waking up every day, going to football practice every morning, having meetings and scrimmages, but taking notes, is a big factor that I did over the summer. It helped me a lot because going over them every day because we have different concepts for everything we do. But yeah, I mean, pushing myself to the limit and having those guys to push me behind my back. And I've always had a chip on my shoulder ever since I've grown up, watching the best of guys play that my dad's coached at the college level and wanting to be like them. And then having the opportunity to do it here, it's just made an unbelievable experience to actually get my chance to earn the backup spot. And then when our one went down, unfortunately, gave me the chance to go show what I can do and have the start. And I just gave everything I got and performed pretty well to a high level.
Going into that start, what were your emotions like?
My emotions were definitely high. I mean, I was super excited throughout the entire week. Getting a chance to go with the one, show what I'm made of. I felt like I definitely worked for that position, and it definitely paid off through all the hard work I did. The emotions throughout that entire week just kept rising and rising and rising. I think it really hit me when we did the catwalk to the stadium. It was our first home game, which was something else as a whiteout, and walking through the crowd, I just felt comfortable. And then getting to the locker room, stepping on that field, it just felt like I was in the right place at the right time. And then when it was finally game time to run out of that tunnel, I'm not gonna lie, my heart was racing. I was so nervous when I hit the field, and I was like, wow, this is actually happening. Because I've dreamed this as a kid and got to watch the best of the guys do it growing up. So, but after I think the second drive, I locked in. I just remember everything I worked for, and it's just a game, man. So all the nerves calmed down. I just played my game after that.
Yeah. And I believe it was your week 2 game. You went against Georgia Tech and you didn't start that game, but you got playing time at the end. What was that like?
Oh, that was awesome. I definitely, as soon as I saw that game on the schedule, I've been looking forward to it all year. Um, Before even coming up here because they already had scheduled. And I had talked to my dad and friends back home, like you talking day in and day out. I was like, man, I hope I get to play. I hope I get to play. Like, and unfortunately, our starter, that's where he had got hurt. And it was the end of going into the end of the third quarter. And I was ready. They threw me out there and threw me into a pass play, the first play. And it was so cool having the experience to play into the big stadium, the big lights, just Power 5 guys. And I was like, these guys are just the same as me. I feel like I'm as good as they are. So I went out there and did the best I could, and they were some big ass dudes, though. I'm not gonna lie. But it was a great experience to go out there and showcase my talents as a Power 5 school, and hopefully we get to do it again soon.
Yeah. And you being a quarterback, I know how big you are. You're not some skinny sit in the pocket quarterback. You run around. How many of your touchdowns are running?
As of right now, I have one already as a college quarterback
Yeah.
running touchdown. But throughout high school, I had quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you like to tuck in and run, and so that's a big part of your game. Would you call yourself a dual threat guy, or what would you describe yourself as a quarterback?
I would say I would say I'm a dual threat. I doubt people say I'm dual threat, but in my mind, I say I'm dual threat because I'm capable of using my legs. People are telling me how to learn to slide because I don't slide, and they don't want me taking hits. But yeah, I'm very capable and confident of using my legs throughout the game. Definitely to get out of the pocket and make plays. It expands. It's just another it factor. Like having to worries the defense. If the guy can run, they have to have so many guys that can contain and blitz. And if I have a good as an arm as I do to throw around them, if they know I can run the ball as well.
No, yeah, and you're a big guy, but I know you put on some big pounds over the summer when you left here. How much weight did you put on?
I left Ocala. This is very sad, actually. Super sad. I left Ocala at 173. And I was not happy with myself when I got up here. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm going to be one of the skinniest guys up here. Like, I was terrified. But then throughout the summer to now, I weighed in at weights yesterday at 193. So I'm 193 right now as a steady weight, and I'm hoping to get up to like at least 200 or 205 by the end of the season for Christmas break.
Wow. And this is kind of just a personal question for me. Have I been replaced as your best workout partner?
No, man, I work out by myself. Don't worry about
Okay, thank God. Thank God. I thought I was going to get replaced by a football player.
it. No, don't worry. Hopefully by the time that Christmas break comes around, I'll be back and we'll be on the same rack again.
Yes, yes. And are you playing baseball in the fall? Is that still an option for you?
Yeah, so I think as of right now, I actually have to go meet with the head coach because we had just hired a new head coach here because the other one had retired. But he has been wanting to meet with me. I just haven't got the chance yet too because I've been focusing on football as of right now. But I do think it's a very good possibility for me being out there in the diamond as well.
And how important is that to you, just as a person, to know that you can play two sports at an elite level like that?
It's an amazing feeling. I've played three sports my entire life, growing up all the way until my senior year. And having the opportunity to play both is something unreal. Not a lot of guys get to do that. They say it's super hard, but I'm always down for the challenge. I've got that chip on my shoulder, and I know that I can excel at the highest level in both the aspects of the game.
We're gonna get into some of the fun questions now. All right. I want you to give me your pregame ritual.
My pregame ritual.
Yes.
All right, that's a tough one. But recent oh man. So we'll get to the stadium. We'll just arrive at the stadium, and it's kind of a cool unique thing. But ever since I had the opportunity to walk on the field with my dad and stand on the sidelines with him since I was a young kid and watch the games from his standpoint, from his eyes, he always used to take me out onto the field. We walk around the field together, and I've actually just carried that tradition on myself. I did it through high school. I take one lap around the field and hold the ball because he used to toss the ball to me when we walk around the field. So I do that, and then I'll go in, I'll change, I'll put on my shirt, my pants, my cleats, I'll get taped up, and I'll come back out and have my headphones in and just locked into some playlist, and I'll warm up for a little bit, and then I head back in, I get dressed, and I come out for actual warm ups, and then we actually go back inside. And recently, I don't know why, but there's been multiple genres of that pregame song. I think the last one I listened to was like, I think it was "Walk It Talk It" by the Migos.
Yes.
And then throughout the catwalk, actually, it was kind of funny. I was telling my friend Sam and Braden earlier in the car. I was like, when we hit the catwalk, I was playing the Penn State the chant in my ears the whole catwalk. But yeah, so I just really throw on some tape, listen to music, and then play one more final song to get me going. Perhaps probably Yeet this weekend to get me going.
I love Yeet. That was our workout songs.
Got to go with the workout songs, but yeah, so it's pretty simple ritual before the game. Nothing too special. Just I think the most meaningful part to me is walk around the field. The individual walk around the field before I get to the stadium.
Yeah, and your family was such a big part of your life when you were down here, and you were already so far away from them. It was an hour drive from your home to where your high school was, and now here you are in a completely different state from your family. How much of a challenge has it been for you dealing with that separation from your family, and what have you done to still connect to them?
Yeah, it was definitely a struggle in the beginning. I mean, I spent day in and day out with my dad and mom. Kaylin was there too. Yeah, it was a struggle in the beginning, but I got used to it. I was ready for the next step. I had prepared myself well enough, and I met new people. And they were all in the same situation I was, so it was good. It took me a couple days just to get locked in. It was hard, like to leave you guys, my friends back home. So I think that was one of the things bothering me was just saying goodbye, moving on. But yeah, I definitely kept in touch with my parents every day. Just my parents, not Kaylin. Yeah, I talk to my mom and dad about it every single day. Unfortunately, my parents still stalk me on Life 360, which there's really nowhere to go around here. But I talk to my dad day in and day out about his work up, what he's doing at FAU right now, and then I talk to him about how I'm doing here. And then my mom, she just checks in on me and makes sure I'm doing good with school and stuff. So I talk to him on the phone, text him, and just keep in touch throughout the day.
All right, I'm gonna go into my notes for some of my questions. This one is this comes from an anonymous. Has seeing yourself on ESPN boosted your ego?
Oh my god. Man. I mean, definitely for the start, like from when I had my first start, I definitely thought I was pretty cool for a minute to
As
see
you
my
sh-
actual,
as
like to
you
see my
should.
banner on the TV, like, oh my god, that's me. I was like, because I always see those before they start the actual games on like ESPN. So I was like, oh wow, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's definitely cool. I mean, it kind of raised my ego a little bit for at the time, but now like that's the past. Like it's happened. Like it's gonna happen more times. So like, just back to where I was, back to work, and hoping to get opportunity I can every day in and day out.
No, you're living the dream right now. You have every right to feel a little bit more confident in yourself from where you're at. But all right, we're gonna get into the cold takes now.
Thank you, anonymous person.
I think it comes from a guy named Mailer Tane. I don't know who that guy is, but
I think you went to Vanguard.
but you are a Carolina Panthers fan.
Oh my god, bro! We finally got a win, bro. Finally.
You did. Laviska Shenault, God. But you are a Panthers fan. Baker Mayfield's your favorite player. But
The GOAT.
the GOAT, as you would. I need you. I don't want to get any college takes from you because I don't want you getting in trouble with the NCAA. So I need 3 NFL locks from
This week.
For this week. Go on your phone, check the games. I can read them out to you if you need them.
Let's see.
I have not even done my picks yet this week. I'm doing this after this.
Ooh, okay.
No, you might have some influence.
That makes me feel better about myself.
Yeah, I have not looked at the games. The only games I've looked at is Thursday Night Football, which is just tomorrow.
Oh my god, I need Joe Burrow to pull through for my fantasy. I'm not taking the Thursday night game.
You're not picking?
Let's see here. I'm gonna go with a simple one to start off. I'm gonna go Cowboys and Commanders. I'm gonna go with the backup himself, Cooper Rush, is doing pretty solid right now. I'm gonna take
my Giants.
they did, thank the Lord. I'm gonna take Cooper Rush over Carson Wentz in that game. I think he's gonna get it done on Fox, hopefully.
On Fox.
I'm gonna take the Dallas Cowboys in that one.
Gotcha, that's one.
Ooh, you guys have a tough game this week.
No, we don't. Don't say it like that.
Play the Bears, bro.
The Bears, such a challenge.
Ooh, I'm gonna pick this game.
All right, give it.
I'm gonna go Bills and Ravens.
Okay, yeah,
The Bills coming off a loss to the scout team Miami Dolphins, or the Miami Dolphins beat the scout team Bills. My bad.
Yes.
I think the Bills. Where's it at? Is it at?
Whatever the bottom team is, it should be the home. It should be the home team. Bottom team should be the home team.
Bottom team is home team.
What are you looking?
Ooh, I'm gonna take the Bills on the road at Baltimore.
All right. Lamar Jackson's MVP right now. You know that, right? Lamar Jackson has 12 touchdowns.
Lamar Jackson is doing absurdly really well right now. But I feel like Josh Allen, that wasn't his game last week. He took a couple fumbles.
Yeah.
He's going to have a bounce back week and throw some points on the board.
Gotcha. So we got Bills over the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
And, that's a good game too. There's some couple of good games here this weekend. I'm going to go with this one, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
Chiefs.
Sounds like a good game. The Chiefs are at the Bucs. Or is that game going to even get played?
That's a fantastic question. It should. Hurricane should pass by then. I don't know if Tampa's going to be destroyed or not, but I think it might get moved to Minneapolis. I saw a tweet on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they might play in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. For that game, I like the Bucs. I'm taking the Bucs on this one.
Bucs over the Chiefs. Chiefs did lose to the Colts. They lost to the Colts.
I'm going to take the Bucs on this one.
All right.
I think the Chiefs are going to fall to 2-2, and then they're going to have a little hot streak after that.
Gotcha.
I think Tom Brady's going to do pretty solid against the Chiefs defense. He's seen them multiple times before.
This is true.
Patrick Mahomes is going to have to wait to find some targets without Travis Kelce
Mm-hmm.
getting dumped on his head again.
Yep.
Because he doesn't have Tyreek anymore. I mean, it just locks up
It's
Travis Kelce getting double teamed, and that Tampa Bay defense is something else. So
it's Sky Moore season. Some people are saying Sky Moore season. But all right, so the locks are, you said, Bills over Ravens, Bucks over the Chiefs, and what was the first one?
I'm taking the Cowboys over the Commanders.
Cowboys over the Commanders. This is all very good picks. I'll do that. I'm not saying I'm agreeing with you. I agree with the Cowboys pick. I don't know about the Ravens pick yet. And I need to double check that Bills defense before, but I like those picks. I like them.
That's all it takes.
Not shabby. You will be making the Taylor's Cold Takes TikTok or Instagram with those picks, just so you know. So
Great.
You'll be putting on the spot.
Promote it.
Before I let you go, I want to give you the chance to kind of not just paint you as just this football player. You are a person, and you have a fantastic personality just from knowing you. And you had a little viral video moment earlier in the season. We have a little bond over SpiderMan.
Oh my Lord, bro.
And the Western Carolina football media team did you right.
They did me right, man.
You were wearing,
indeed did me right.
you were wearing SpiderMan socks, correct?
Correct.
During practice, and the camera picked up on you doing some web shooting, and they did a fantastic job. Fantastic job editing, I must say.
Unbelievable job.
And I love the video. It was shared. I double checked. It has like around 20,000 views on their Instagram right now.
Wow, so, I did not know that.
You're a little viral, bud. You're viral. So
just a little bit.
So give the people the reason on why you love SpiderMan so much.
Oh my Lord, they need to cast me as the next freaking Peter Parker.
You've been saying this, yes, for the past year.
It's my favorite. It's by far my favorite movie, my favorite superhero out there. I've loved Spider-Man since I was a young kid. I have pictures on my phone of me like as a toddler holding Spider-Man figures, action figures on the beach, having my face painted as Spider-Man, at Universal taking pictures with Spider-Man. He's been, if you want a definition of the GOAT, Spider-Man's the absolute GOAT. Like the GOAT. Better than Baker Mayfield, which is saying a lot.
It is. That is saying so much.
But yeah, it's definitely a huge hobby of mine. Actually, I have a flag of Spider-Man.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, it's definitely been a big part of my life. I definitely love the quote that he says, that Uncle Ben says to him: "With great power comes great responsibility." Iconic line. Now, I live by that every day. I think I have a great power, having the gift to play football and sports. So, yeah, that's about it. And, if there's another opportunity to be a Spider-Man down the road, I hope they have a calling cast, because I'll definitely be there.
They'll call your name. We'll get this video out there.
I hope so. I really hope so. I plan on being here for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so super fan.
Cole Gonzales for SpiderMan. We need to make that a hashtag.
Yeah, great tag.
Yes. Great. While we're still on the topic of Spider-Man, give me your top 3 Spider-Man movies.
My top 3 Spider-Man movies?
Top 3.
That's super tough. Oh, my Lord. You had to go there, bro?
I had to.
All right. For number 1, I'm going to go, it's easily Spider-Man 3. Easily Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3? Okay.
It's just got a lot of action in it. It's not slow. But I mean, he's fighting 3 different bad guys in one movie. Awesome. I mean, he teams up with the Green Goblin. What else could you ask for?
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna go as 2 as the new one, where they all come together in the multiverse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great one.
Great one.
So I'm gonna go that one. Then my final one would be The Amazing Spider-Man.
Is this your number 1 or this is your number 3?
This is my 3.
So your number 1, Spider-Man 3, the original Spider-Man 3, with Venom and
Sandman, and
yes, okay. And then you go in number 2, No Way Home, and then number 3, you're going the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Yes,
with Andrew Garfield. That's a good list. It's a very good list.
Very good.
A little bit surprised that Spider-Man 2 didn't make it.
Spider-Man 2 is very good, but it would have made it. It would have made it, but Andrew Garfield, I think, did a great job in the first one for having to take the next step after Tobey Maguire.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
What's
Spider-Man
the
2
greatest
is
Spider-Man?
neck and neck with Spider-Man 1. So,
It's a great list.
who would you say your top Spider-Man is out of those two?
Are we saying my personal, or like am I saying what the best who the best Spider-Man is?
Ooh.
Like my personal favorite, or like
give me your personal favorite.
my personal favorite? I think I would have to go with Tom Holland.
Oh wow, you look like it, freaking weirdo.
I do. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
My girlfriend says that. I've been told that ever since he became Spider-Man. Apparently, I look like Tom Holland. I don't see it. I mean, there's
Maybe a stunt double.
maybe that is my future, but I didn't grow up with these movies. I was kind of around I was like 11 or 12 when his movies started coming out, but just the way that he was introduced to the MCU. I'm a big MCU guy, and the way he was introduced in Civil War when he just pops up and snatches the shield. Best entrance ever.
Great movie entrance.
And me being such a big Iron Man guy, I kind of have to go with him. Like he's Iron Man 2.0 right now. So
exactly.
I have to go with him.
It's a great one.
And so yours is I'm guessing it's Garfield.
Taking Tobey, man.
You're taking Tobey. Okay, I was
Tobey.
Okay, you can't really go wrong with any of
them. Can't go wrong with the original, man.
Can't go wrong. Now, is there anything you would like to say before we sign off on this? Anything you want to say?
Anything I would like to say?
Shout outs. Unshout outs.
I would like to say thank you for having me. This is
of course.
Fun. I've been only asking for a whole year now. Hopefully I can definitely do another.
Oh, absolutely.
Sooner or later down the road, maybe right before Thanksgiving or sometime. But
absolutely.
Shout out to all the people that didn't leave college and are still partying through the hurricane. I think that's very ballsy.
Very ballsy. Very ballsy. Shuckers is popping right now. Shuckers shout out.
Shuckers shout out.
Mr. I almost wore my Shucker shirt in this interview.
Oh wow.
I went with the FSU instead, but almost wore it. Yeah, 4-0, baby. 4-0.
4-0. Very wow. And you know who?
Ranked.
You know who's got the same record as us right now?
Are we gonna say it? Are we gonna say names? Who has better stats than the starting quarterback? Oh.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out throughout.
We got beef. We got beef.
We got some beef down in the swamp, brother.
We got some beef. If there was ever a Western Carolina versus Florida game, I would
pray to God I start. I would pray I start.
You would have to. I
hope they would host it in the swamp. I've talked to my coach about that.
The return. Cole Gonzales returned to Gainesville.
And my head coach, Kerwin Bell, played at Florida.
Oh wow! So there's multiple connections here.
It's just like
this has to happen.
It has to happen in the next 4 years.
Wow. This could be a big thing. Not a lot of people would know how big of a thing this is, but we know. This could be our Super Bowl.
This would be my national championship.
This is gonna be it. But
my Heisman moment, Joe Burrow.
A Heisman moment. Cole Gonzales for Heisman. Now, who do you have this week? We
play Virginia Military Institution. They are coming here, and I'm surprised we have not moved our game up yet, which we're still deciding that or not because of the hurricane that's coming up right through where we are in North Carolina. It's supposed to pour Saturday, and I really don't feel like standing in the rain Saturday because it's freezing already with 30 degrees here. And there's not going to be any
You might get a snow game, Bob.
That would be elite. But if it's just like really cold rain, I will not want to be there.
Well,
I will have to be.
You have to persevere through that. Bob.
Yes.
Thank you, man. I've missed you so much.
I miss you more, brother. I hope you can get up here sooner or later. I got.
I hope so.
I mean, you're a senior. You can skip school whenever you want. I mean,
That's not necessarily true. We already had issues with that. But I'll definitely soon. We'll connect. Are you coming home at all for the holidays?
I definitely am coming home. I'll be driving straight through Gainesville and Ocala, so I'll be stopping there before I get back and hanging out for like a week or two because I'm off longer than you guys for school.
Beautiful.
So, but yeah, brother. I mean, we have a couple more home. We only have 2 more away games, and then the rest are home. So if you got a free weekend, you want to get up here one weekend, you're more than welcome to.
I will absolutely try, my man. Thank you again so much for coming on. I love you and I miss you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thanks, brother. I miss you too, and I love you the most. I'll see you soon.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Love you, bub. See you, bub.